Alexa, stop. Jack,
Yeah.
you didn't think I was there, did you? But I was. I was the guy jamming the music, buddy. I was the DJ and the producer of the show. What's up, Jack Neary, comedian extraordinaire, provocateur, ballbuster extraordinaire. Welcome to the commercial for tomorrow night's random chat with Jack Neary and Big Daddy and whoever else shows up.
Thanks for having me.
To the commercial? Sure as shit. Absolutely. Welcome to the commercial. Hopefully this will get some Twitter action. Jack, you want to take on this smiling guy? I don't get it. The Pope.
So there's plenty of old story. What's the newest story?
What's the newest story? Lately, it's been about the nuns.
How they've been sexually abused or whatever?
Yeah, well, allegedly. I don't know anything. You know, Jack, you bring up these topics. You have a lot of heated opinions. By the way, folks, not necessarily are the opinions of my guests the opinions of the Big Daddy Roadshow or myself or Tom or even the Pope. I mean, Jack's got a mind of his own, and he likes to. You can really flick the nuts sometimes, Jack. Go ahead. Where are you going to take us on this commercial?
That's okay, though, because flicking the nuts wakes everybody up, doesn't it?
Sure shit does. Is that what you're trying to do? Get a message across on the Big Daddy Roadshow?
I mean, hey, man, like, you take the nuts for granted if they aren't flicked every once in a while.
All right. Well, so how are you going to connect the dots?
So my whole idea is that, you know, obviously the human beings are at fault for their actions, but the rules. But I'm gonna mainly be talking about rules, unfair rules, unhuman rules, not humane rules, stuff like that. You know, I want to talk about how rules lead to bad behavior.
Okay, folks, Jack's about to go on a tear. Oh, dear God above, you even have a beef against praying, but could Uncle Bruno please come and help me get through this conversation with Jack during the Big Daddy Roadshow podcast commercial? Please. Okay, start with your ball flicking. Go ahead, Jack.
I'm not going to talk about much because this is a commercial. It's mainly a tease.
But, Jack, I didn't even get dressed up for this. This is an old sweatshirt turned inside out, for Christ's sake.
Well, we're going to turn things inside out tomorrow night.
Okay, that's what we're hoping to get the buzz out there, get the word on the street.
But
by the way, really quick, what happened to this Pope? Does anybody remember that Pope who they just kind of like disappeared him? Well, how did that happen?
He's living on an island somewhere with honeys now.
Okay, Jack. Jack.
Yeah.
Get back to your Pope story. If you are the Pope and you're watching this show, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Go ahead, Jack.
Forgive me, Father, for we are even.
Okay. All right, Jack, take it away.
All right, so
this is going to be rock and roll, folks. Shout out to Sammy Hagar if you're watching.
Here's how I want to tease this show tomorrow night. I want you guys to think about, obviously there are some rules that are beneficial and there are some rules that, you know, we need to have as a society. But I want you to think about rules that aren't beneficial, but then later on down the road could still benefit the company, but they don't benefit the person. That's what I want you guys to think of. Like when you're sitting there and you go to work tomorrow, right? I want you guys to sit there because there's many people that go, I don't get that, or why did they do it that way? Or, you know, this doesn't make any sense. But I want you to think about how it makes sense for the almighty dollar, how it makes sense for the almighty company. That's what I want you to think about.
Follow the money.
And at the end of it, you'll realize how it makes sense. Not for you, but how it makes sense for them.
Jack, you have some kind of we'll get into it deep tomorrow night because I'm not prepared. I haven't lifted my weights for this conversation. You want to discuss something about tax in the church?
Yeah, I do. I think the church has gone, you know, untaxed for a long time. I do believe that we're at a point where we can't ask people to further stretch themselves. People are being taxed for everything now, which is fine. I understand we need taxes. But we're at an all-time tax high. And it'd be nice that, it'd be nice if the Catholic Church could help pay their own heating bills.
Are you okay? How would you? This is going to sound great. I'm so glad I get to say these words in consecutive order. How would you pitch the Pope your idea of taxing the church, Jack?
Well, I mean, we'll get into it in we'll get into my full detail.
Look how good the Pope looks, Jack. Look how good he looks. You don't have an outfit that looks that good.
No, I don't. He looks like a very important guy with a heavy hat.
Right. We're also going to touch briefly on your rage. You apparently, to me, it seems like rage, Jack. A lot of rage in you. You seem like an angry fella. But maybe I'm just seeing things wrong. You can address it tomorrow night. Hold back your rage just a little bit longer. I just want this to be like, you know how the wrestling matches in Madison Square Garden, they always have the wrestlers come to the stage and then they get the fans all riled up. The only reason for this commercial is to just rile people up. Also, Jack's going to kick the shit out of this young lady. I don't know why. She looks cute as hell to me.
Yeah, I mean, part of my rage comes with, my rage breeds ideas, and she lacks them.
Jack.
Yeah.
She's going to be our next female, or not next. She's going to be the first female president, Jack.
That won't be great.
Jack, we thought Bush was rough.
I mean,
we thought Bush was rough.
My thoughts on president is truth anyway. Like, it doesn't matter because there's enough checks and balances. You could put anybody in there. Guess
what, Jack? You don't know this, but I have a surprise for you on this friggin' commercial, man. Nobody's seen this coming on a commercial. Uncle Bruno's in the back office. I can't do this alone, Jack. Woo! Let's get Uncle Bruno live on the Big Daddy commercial.
Big Daddy Jack.
How are you, Bruno?
Jack's losing his shit. I wanted you to come and kind of like tell him to just calm down a little bit.
Well, what about that Texas Congress person twittering that the Cortez was a bimbo? I love that.
Bruno, on the day of the Sabbath, you're not allowed to kill anybody, are you?
No, today's the day of rest. We're ready for tomorrow.
All right, heads will roll tomorrow, folks. Be careful in the New Hampshire area.
Oh no, folks! Not just the New Hampshire area. He's got a guy in a lot of places.
We're worldwide.
People don't know Big Daddy Roadshow is worldwide. Uncle Bruno is down on the lower left, and I want him to spar a little bit with Jack on this whole Pope and how do you say her full name? Is it Alexandria Ocasio Cortez? Does that mean she had like a name, and what's the middle name? Is that like her maiden name?
Married? She's probably married, and then she kept her last name Cortez.
She's a cutie, right? Are we allowed to say that, Jack? I don't know in today's world.
That's an Aztec name. She puts the crazy in the middle.
Yes. Got to look that up. Look up what the middle name means. It might mean something.
Back to the Mayans. I know it.
Here she is flipping you the bird, Jack.
I don't.
She don't give a shit about you, Jack.
That's fine. She comes off and just yells things.
So right. I like the fact that but the Texas senator took off Congress or whatever he is. He took off the tweet though. He took the post down.
There's rumor that there's a Texas something or other that's going to run for president named Castro.
Somebody just put her name in. Amy something just put her name in Minnesota.
Yeah, she wasn't impressive to me though.
She wasn't that impressive.
Seems like the type of person you kind of throw out there, and you see if you see how many ladies are trying to get behind ladies. Like, she's the fourth most powerful lady, but you want to see how strong the lady vote is early. That's what it seems like to me.
That's what they're trying to do. They're fishing out to see what's going to happen.
Like, Elizabeth Warren would beat her without speaking.
Yes.
Like, she could just stand there, and this other woman could just talk herself into a hole. That's what she wasn't very impressive to me.
Did you ever see the young lady do her thing on TV shows, guys?
Elizabeth Warren has the Indian vote. She's already in.
I don't know if that's true or not.
How?
She'll run for state representative of Oklahoma. Done. Put her in.
Well, I think Cortez.
That's a good picture of her right there. That looks like a porno picture. She could be ready for porno.
Do you notice do you notice we don't want her to say anything? Like, we're putting a picture of her not talking. Like, I'm just saying, like, she looks at one side of this, like a lot of times on my show I talk about Floyd Mayweather's father and how he talks about that it's not so much about the knockout, but like when I deliver a blow to somebody, it also hurts my hands. Like, you have to understand that. And
Right.
and she understands how to punch, but she doesn't understand that her hands will hurt her tomorrow.
Jack, they can
I
get
also believe she's a lefty and leads with her head.
I think you're right.
Jack, they can go to my website, BigDaddyRoadshow.com, and get a link to your Facebook page, Shot of Jack, on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. If you want real sports, that's what you want to listen to.
Thank you.
Today's a sad day in sports because there's no football.
Yeah, but baseball season's coming.
They pitchers and catchers, the equipment arrived down in Florida.
Bruno, this is just a commercial. This is not a regular show. You can't just keep turning the subject. We're talking about.
I know. I'm going out, but
come?
tomorrow night we'll talk about this Cortez person and this other Texas senator and see if we can dig up some more dirt on her.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't even like. It's not hard. There'll be something out tomorrow that she said that like 20% of it makes sense. Like, doesn't she look at percentages?
Probably.
Like, here,
So.
this needs to come out. I gotta say this.
Okay, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Jack's about to.
Go ahead, because then I gotta go. I gotta go and eat dinner.
Uncle Bruno, just chill out. You're not gonna you're gonna make dinner. Calm down.
I can't hang in here. I got people sitting at the table.
All right, Uncle Bruno, please, before somebody gets killed, especially me, please, I'll drop you. Thanks for coming to the commercial, Uncle Bruno.
We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
God bless you. God bless you.
Have a good one, Jack. Bye.
Yeah, you as well, Bruno.
Bye.
Fucking Bruno. Is he gonna leave? Okay, he's gone.
He doesn't eat. He kills somebody, and then
No ice picks were involved in this commercial.
No, that's how you made That's how you separate the linguine. You roll the bread, you throw some flour in, and you separate it with ice picks.
Jack, can we just use the rest of my graphics that I put up in 5 minutes before this? This is just, what would you explain? How would you explain, like, just tease the people, just tell them what we're going to talk about, because it's your right. I brought up the Pope and the nuns and the bishops and the priests, but then you're taking it to a whole other place tomorrow night.
All right, so what we're going to talk about tomorrow night is we're going to be discussing the fact that we don't mind, what kind of movement happens, whether it be of the black movement, the women's movement, any kind of movement, right? If it happens,
bowel movement? What about a bowel movement?
No, black. Yeah, sure, that movement works as well, right?
Okay.
Right, but out of all of them, right, the bowel movement happens based on need. Right, like, as long as it makes sense, I'm all for it. But don't just do it to do it. Right, there's no reason to be, yelling about inequality when the numbers don't show that there's inequality. If the numbers favor, it was a money issue, it wasn't a racial issue. And maybe it was a little bit of a racial issue, but last. So are
you talking about the show we did on Flint?
No, I'm talking about. Well, she had a couple specific things to say about Flint as well.
All right, we'll talk about all that tomorrow night, Jack. Hey, by the way, Jack, that stash, man, is looking good tonight.
If I ask for a couple minutes, I want to show up prepared,
Jesus Christ, you were in the shower out in 10 minutes. If people knew the silliness that goes on behind the show, the number of times we're chatting back and forth with one another. What are you going to do? I'm going to attack the Pope. Okay, this sounds cool. Let's do this. What are your talking points? Oh yeah, let's bring up that bitch Cortez too. I want to rip into her a little bit. Okay, Jack, I'm just going to trust you.
It's very.
You're going to get blowback.
Good.
Blowback is coming your way. There's going to be heat coming, Jack.
I love it. I love conversation. And by the way,
fucking
25 here in Pennsylvania. I'll take some heat.
All right, folks, you heard it here. This is the commercial. This is the official commercial of tomorrow night's random chat, which happens to be with Jack, but we never know who else will pop up. I hope the Pope shows up on you. I really do, Jack.
So do I. We can get some interesting conversation, maybe some answers.
I hope Cortez can put Miss Cortez or Mrs. Cortez or whatever the hell, because I don't know much about the young lady. I know she looks gorgeous. She's really looking good. You guys should be proud of her. She's a good-looking politician.
She is. The good-looking ones always lack. What do they always lack?
Jack, I'm not even going there. I'm ending this commercial. Jack, say goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow night.
We'll see you tomorrow night, guys.
The show's out of this world. Please tell some friends. This is Big Daddy. See you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock-ish, Jack says, but he only really has till 9:10 or Facebook kicks our program off. So if you're up for taking on the Pope tomorrow night, who knows, even Trump might show up. I don't know. She looks good in front of a flag. I don't know what to say. I guess we'll find out tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. I'm all jazzed, actually. Please share the show. Talk to you guys tomorrow.